Welcome to this year's production of Shakespeare from the Heart. We're doing Taming of the Shrew. Our production this year is done a little bit differently from how Shakespeare is usually done, in the fact that we have reversed all of the genders. So instead of a bunch of men chasing after two girls, we have a bunch of girls chasing after two boys, and we've also set it in the 50s. So I hope you guys enjoy this show. I'm very proud of the cast and what they've done. And without further ado, this is Taming of the Shrew.
Tronia, since for the great desire I had to see fair Padua, nursery of arts, I'm arrived at the fruitful Lombardy, the pleasant garden of great Italy. And by my father's love and leave am armed, with his goodwill and thy good company, my trusty servant well approved in all. Here let us breathe and happily institute a course of learning and ingenious study. And therefore, Tronia, for the time I study virtue in that part of philosophy, happily to be achieved, Tell me thy mind, for I've Pisa left, and men to Padua come, as she that leaves a shallow plash to plunger in the deep, and with Sadie seeks to quench her thirst.
Me pardonato, gentle mistress mine. I am in all this affected as yourself, glad that you thus continue your resolve to suck the sweets of sweet philosophy. Only, good mistress, while we do admire this moral virtue and this discipline, let's no stoics nor no stocks be, I pray. Music and poesy used to quicken you. The mathematics and the metaphysics, fall to them as your stomach serves you. No profit grows where is no pleasure taken. In brief, friend, study what thou most affects.
Gramercies, Tronia, well dost thou advise. Oh, if, Bindella, thou wert come ashore, it could at once put us in readiness to find such lodgings fit to entertain such friends as Padua shall beget. But stay a while. What company is this?
Mistress some show to welcome us to town.
Ladies, importune me no farther. For how I firmly am resolved, you know, that is not to bestow my younger son before I have a wife for the elder. So if either of you love Kendrick, because I know you well and love you well, leave shall you have to court him at your pleasure.
To cart him, rather. He's too rough for me.
What,
there,
is it
Hortensia.
will to make a stalemy amongst these dames?
Dames, sir, how mean you that? No dames for you unless you are of gentler, milder mold.
In faith, girl, you shall never need to fear. 'Twas it was not halfway to his heart, but rather, if it be no doubt his care, should comb your noodle with a three-legged stool, paint your face, and use you as a fool.
From all such devils, good Lord deliver us.
And me too, good Lord.
Ladies, I am resolved. Bianco, get you in. And let it not displease thee, good Bianco, for I will love thee nevertheless, my son.
A pretty peach! Put a finger in his eye and he's white. Oh, brother!
Content you in my discontent. Mother, to your pleasures humbly I subscribe. My books and instruments shall be my pleasure, on them to took and practice by myself.
Hark, Tronia, thou mayest hear Apollo speak.
Madam Baptista, will you be so strange? Sorry I am that our goodwill affects Bianco's grief.
Why will you mew him up, Madam Baptista, for this fiend of hell, and make him bear the penance of his tongue?
Ladies, I am resolved. Bianco, get you in. And because I know he taketh the most pleasure in music, instruments, and poetry, school teachers will I keep in my house, fit to instruct his youth. If you know any such, prefer them hither, for to cunning ones I will be very kind, and liberal to mine own children in good upbringing. And so farewell. Kendrick, you may stay, for I further commune with Bianco.
What? I trust I may go too, may I not? Shall I be appointed hours as though belike I knew not when to leave or when to stay? Huh.
You may go to the devil's dam. Your gifts are so good, here's none will hold you. Their love is not so great, Hortensia, but we may fast our nails together and blow it fairly out. Our cakes dough on both sides. Farewell. Yet, for the love I bear my sweet Bianco, If I should by any means light upon a person fit to teach him that wherein he delights, I will wish them to his mother.
So will I, Madame Gremia. But a word, I pray. Though the nature of our quarrel never yet proved quarrel, know now upon advice, it toucheth us both, that we may yet again have fair access to our master, and once again be happy rivals in Bianco's love, to labor and effect one thing specially.
What's that, I pray?
Mary, dear, to get a wife for his brother.
A wife? A devil.
I say a wife.
I say a devil. Thinkest thou, Hortensia, though his mother be very rich, anyone be so very a fool to be married to hell?
Tush, Gremia, though it pass your patience and mine to endure his loud allurements, why, there be good fellows in the world, and a woman could light on them, would take him with all faults and money enough.
I cannot tell, but I at least take his dowry on this condition, to be whipped at the high cross every morning.
Faith, as you say, there's small choice in rotten apples. But come, since his father-in-law makes us friends, it shall be so far forth friendly maintained all, by helping Baptista's eldest son to a wife, we set her youngest free for a wife, and then have to it afresh. Sweet Bianco, happy girl be her dole. She who runs fastest gets the ring. How say you, Madame Gremia?
I am agreed, and would I given her the best horse in Padua to begin her wooing, that would thoroughly woo him, wed him, bed him, and rid the house of him. Come on.
Tell me, friend, is it possible that love should of a sudden take such hold?
Oh, Trania, till I found it to be true, I never thought it likely or possible. But see, while idly I stood looking on, I found the effect of love and idleness. And now in plainness do confess to thee that art as dear to me as Anna to the Queen. Trania, I burn, I pine, I perish, Trania, if I not achieve this young modest man. Counsel me, Trania, for I know thou canst. Assist me, Trania, for I know thou wilt.
Mistress, now is no time to chide. Affection is not rated from the heart. If love hath touched you, naught remains but so.
Gramercies, lady, this contents.
Mistress, you stared so longly at the man. Perhaps you marked not what's the pith of all?
Oh, Trania, I saw such beauty in his face, such as the son of Agnor had, that made great Jove to humble him to her hand, when with his knees he kissed the Cretan strand.
Saw you no more? Marked you not how his brother began to scold and raise such a storm that mortal ears might hardly endure the din?
Oh, I saw his coral lips to move, and with his breath he did perfume the air. Sacred and sweet was all I saw in him.
Nay then, 'tis time to stir her from her trance. I pray, friend, awake! If thou lovest the man, bend thoughts and wits to achieve him. Thus it stands. The eldest brother is so cursed and shrewd that till the mother rid her hands of him, mistress, your love must live a maid at home, and therefore hath she closely mewed him up, for he will not be annoyed with suitors.
Ah, Trani, what a cruel mother is he! But art thou not advised? She did take some care to get him cunning schoolmistresses.
Aye, mistress, for my invention, both our intentions meet and jump in one.
I have it, Trania!
You will be the school teacher and undertake the teaching of the boy. That is your device.
It is. May it be done?
Not possible. For who shall here in Padua play Vincentio's daughter, ply his book, keep his house, banquet his friends and countrymen?
Basta. Content thee, for I have it full. We have not yet been seen in any house, nor can we lie distinguished by our faces. If all is thus, thou shalt be mistress in my stead, Trania. Well, I will be some Florentine or Neapolitan, other meaner woman of Pisa. And Casely, Trania, here, take my jacket. And my pearls. When Biondella comes, she waits on thee, but I will charm her first to keep her tongue.
So had you need. In brief, lady, said that your pleasure it is, and I am tied to be obedient. For so your father charged me upon our parting, be serviceable unto my daughter, quoth he, although I think 'twas meant in some other sense. I am content to be Lucentia, for so well I love Lucentia.
Be so, because Lucentia loves. Here's the rogue. Sirrah, where have you been?
Where have I been? Nay, how now? Where are you?
Mistress, is my fellow Trania still in your clothes, or you hers, or both? Pray, what the news?
Sirrah, come hither. 'Tis no time to jest, but frame your manners to the time. For Trania here puts on my countenance to save my life, while I for my escape have put on hers. For in a quarrel since I came ashore, I killed a man. Fear I was descried. Trania has taken on my identity so I can escape. You will wait on her. You understand me.
Aye, lass, narrow wit.
And not a jot of Trania in your mouth. Trania is changed into Licentia.
The better for her. Would I, too.
In faith, girl, so could I have the next wish thereafter. That Licentia indeed had Baptista's youngest son. But not for my sake, but for your mistress's. I advise you, use your manners discreetly. When I am alone, why then I am Trania. But in all places else, your mistress Licentia.
Trania, let's go. One thing more rest that thyself execute, to make one among these wooers. If thou asks why, suffice. My reasons are both good and weighty.
Verona, for a while I take my leave, to visit my most best and beloved friends here in Padua. But above all else, my best friend Hortensia. And I trow, this is her house. Knock me here, Sir Grumio.
Knock, ma'am? Whom should I knock, ma'am? Is there a man has abused your worship?
Villain, I say, knock me here and rap me well.
Knock you here, ma'am? What am I that I should knock you here, ma'am?
Will it not be? Faith, Sirrah, villain, you'll knock or I'll sing it, and you'll see how you can so far and sing it.
Masters, my mistress is mad.
Villain, then knock when I say, Sirrah, villain.
How now? What's the matter? My old friend Grumio and my good friend Petruchia. How do you all at Verona?
Madam Hortensia, comest thou to part the fray? Con tutto il cuore ben trovato, may I say.
Alla nostra casa benvenuto, molto onorato, signora mia Petruchia. Rise, Grumio, rise. We will compound this quarrel.
Nay, 'tis no matter, friend, what she alleges in Latin. This be not lawful case for me to leave her service. Look you, ma'am, she bid me knock her and rap her soundly. Why, was it fit for a servant to use his mistress so? Being perhaps for aught I see 32 a pip out? Who would to God I would well knock at first, had not Grumio come by the worst.
Madam Hortensia, I bid the rascal knave knock upon your gate, and I could not get him from my heart to do it.
Knock at the gate? Oh, heavens, spake you not these words plainly, ma'am? Knock me here and knock me there. Rap me well and rap me soundly. Why, come you now with knocking at the gate?
Villain, be gone, or talk not, I advise you.
Petruchia, patience. I am Grumio's pledge. Why is the heavy chance twixt him and you, your ancient, trusty, pleasant servant Grumio? And tell me now, sweet friend, what happy gale blows you to Padua here from old Verona?
Such wind as scatters young women through the world, to seek fortunes farther than at home where small experience grows. But, in short, Madam Hortensia, my father, Antonio, is deceased. And, left sole heir to all his goods, I have come forward to see the world.
Petruchia, shall I then come roundly to thee and wish thee to a shrewd, ill-favored husband? Thou thank me but a little for my counsel, and yet I promise thee he shall be rich, and very rich. But thou art too much my friend, and I'll not wish thee to him.
Madam Hortensia, twixt such friends as we, few words suffice. As wealth is burden of my wooing dance, if I come to marry it wealthily in Padua, if wealthily, then happily in Padua.
Nay, look you, friend, she tells you flatly what her mind is. Why give her money enough to marry him to a puppet, or an aglet baby, or an old trot with an arrow tooth in her head? Though she have as many diseases as 52 horses. Why, nothing comes amiss, so money comes with all.
Petruchia, since we are stepped this far in, I will continue that I broached in jest. I can, Petruchia, help thee to a spouse with wealth enough and young and beauteous, brought up as best becomes a gentleman.
His only fault, and that is false enough, is that he is intolerable, cursed, and shrewd, and forward so beyond all measure that were my state far worse than it is, I would not wed him for a mine of gold.
Peace, Hortensia, thou knowest not gold's effect. Tell me his mother's name, and I will go to him and board him, though he chide as loud as the clouds in autumn crack.
His mother is Baptista Minola, an affable and courteous gentlewoman. His name is Kendrick Minola, renowned in Padua for his scolding tongue.
I know his mother, though I know not him, and she knew my deceased father well. I shall not sleep until I speak with her. And let me be thus bold to give you over upon this first encounter, unless you shall accompany me thither.
I pray you, friend, let her go while the humor lasts. Oh, my word, and she knew as well as I do. She would think scolding would do little good upon her. Why, he may call her half a score knaves or so. Why, that's nothing. She'll begin once, she'll rail in her rope tricks. You know her not, friend.
Tarry, Patricia, I must go with thee, for in Baptista's keep my treasure is. She hath the beauty of my life, and hold her youngest son, beautiful Bianco, and she withholds from me and other more suitors to him, and rivals in my love, supposing it a thing impossible for those defects I had before rehearsed, that ever Kendrick will be wooed. So therefore this order hath Baptista taken, that none shall have access into Bianco till Kendrick the Cursed have got a wife.
Kendrick the Cursed, a title for a man of all titles, the worst.
Now, shall my friend Patricia do me grace and offer me disguised in sober robes to old Baptista as his teacher, well seen in music, to instruct Bianco, so that I may, by this device at least, have leave and leisure to make love to him and unsuspected court him by myself?
Here's no knavery. See to beguile the old folks how the young folks lay their heads together. Oh, mistress, who goes there, huh?
Peace, Grumio, it is the rival of my love. Patricia, stand by a while.
A proper stripling and an amorous.
Oh, very well, I have perused the note. Hark you, miss, I'll have them very fairly bound. All books of love, see that at any hand. And see you read him no other lectures, you understand me? Over and besides Madame Baptista's liberality. I'll mend that with the largest. Here, take your papers too, and let me have them very well perfumed. For he is sweeter than perfume itself to whom they go to. What will you read to him?
I'll plead for you. Whate'er I read to him, I'll plead for you as for my patron. Stand you so assured, as firmly as if you were still in place. Yea, but perhaps more successful words, unless you were a scholar, ma'am.
Oh, this learning. What a thing it is.
Oh, this woodcock. What an ass it is.
Peace, Sirrah Grumio.
Grumio, Mum!
God save you, Madame Grumia.
And you are well met, Madame Hortensia. Trow you whither I'm going? To Madame Baptista's. I promised to inquire carefully about a schoolmaster for the fair Bianco. And by good fortune I have lighted well on this young scholar, for learning and behavior fit his turn, well read in poetry and other books, good ones, I warrant ye.
'Tis well, and I have met a gentlewoman hath promised me to help me to another, a fine musician to instruct our masters, so shall I no whit be behind in duty to fair Bianco, so beloved of me.
Beloved of me, and that my deed shall prove.
And that her bag shall prove.
Grumia, 'tis now no time to vent our love. Listen to me, and if you speak me fair, I'll tell you news indifferent, good for either. Here is a gentlewoman whom by chance I met, upon agreement from us to her liking, will undertake to woo cursed Kendrick, yea, and to marry him if his dowry please.
So said, so done is well. Hortensia, have you told her all his faults?
I know he is an irksome, brawling scold. If that be all, I hear no harm.
So sayest me so, friend. What countrywoman?
Born in Verona, old Antonio's daughter. My father dead, his fortune lives for me, and I do hope good days and long to see.
Oh, madame, such a life with such a husband were strange. But if you have the stomach for it, go to it in God's name. You'll have me assisting you in all. But will you woo this wildcat?
Will I live?
Will she woo him? Aye, or I'll hang him.
I promise we be contributors to her and bear her charging of wooing whatsoever.
And so we shall, provided that she win him.
I would I were sure of a good dinner.
Gentlewomen, God save you. I pray, which be the readiest way to the house of Madame Baptista Minola?
She that has two fair sons, is it she you mean?
Even she, Biandella.
Hark you, ma'am, you mean not her two.
Perhaps him and her too. What have you to do?
Not him that chides, ma'am, at any hand, I pray.
I love no chiders, ma'am.
Thine, Zella, let's away.
Well begun, Trania.
Ma'am, a word ere you go. Are you a suitor to the man you talk of, yea or no?
And if I be, ma'am, is it any offense?
No, without more words, you'll get you hence.
Why, are not the streets as free for me as they are for you?
But so is not he.
For what reason, I beseech you?
For this reason, if you'll know, he's the choice love of Madame Gremia.
And he's the chosen of Madame Hortensia. Softly, my mistresses. If you be gentlemen, do me this right. Hear me with patience. Baptista is a noble gentlewoman, to whom my father is not all unknown. And were her son fairer than he is, he may more suitors have, and me for one.
This gentlewoman will out-talk us all.
Madame Hortensia, to what end are all these words? Ma'am, let me be so bold as to ask you, did you ever yet see Baptista's son? No, ma'am, but here I do that she hath two. The one is as famous for a scolding tongue, as is the other for beauteous modesty. Ma'am, the first's for me, let him go by.
Yea, leave that labor to great Hercules, and let it be more than Alcides 12.
Ma'am, understand you this of me in sooth. The youngest son whom you hearken for, his mother keeps from all access of suitors, and will not promise to any woman until the elder brother first be wed, and not before. Ma'am, if you be the woman that must set us all, and me amongst the rest, and if you break the ice and do this feat, achieve the elder and set the younger free for our access, whose hap shall be to have him will not so graceless be to be in grace. Ma'am, you say well, and well you do conceive. And since you do profess to be a suitor, you must, as we do, gratify this gentlewoman to whom we all rest generally beholding. Madam, I will not be slack. In sign whereof, please you we may contrive this afternoon, and quod carouses to our master's health, and do as adversaries do in law. Strive mightily, but eat and drink as friends.
Oh, excellent motion.
Ladies, let's be gone.
The motion's good indeed, and be it so, Petruchia, I shall be your Benvenuto.
Brother, wrong me not, nor wrong yourself. To make a bondman and slave of which that I disdain. Oh, but for these other gods, unbind my hands. I'll remove the rest myself. So well, or what you will command me, will I do. So well I know my duty to my elders.
Of all thy suitors, here I charge thee. Whom thou lovest best, thou dissemble not.
Believe me, brother, of all the women alive, I never yet beheld that special face which I could fancy more than any other.
Minion, thou liest. It's not Hortensia.
You affect her, brother. Here I swear I'll plead for you myself, but you shall have her.
Oh, belike you fancy riches more. You have Gremia to keep you fair.
Is it for her you do envy me so? Nathan, you jest. And I well perceive you have but jested all this while. I pray thee, brother, Ken, unbind my hand.
Let that be jest, and all the rest were so.
How now, man? Whence grows this insolence? Why do you wrong him that never wronged you? When did he cross you with a bitter word?
His silence flouts me, and I'll be revenged.
What? In my sight? Bianco, get you in.
Will you not suffer me? Now I see he is your treasure. He must have a wife. Or I must dance barefoot on his wedding day. And for your love of him, the apes into hell. Talk not to me. I will go sit and weep till I can find an occasion of revenge.
Was ever gentlewoman thus grieved as I? But who goes here?
morrow, neighbor Baptista.
Good morrow, neighbor Gremia. God save you, gentlewomen.
And you, good madam, pray, do you not have a son called Kendrick, fair and virtuous?
I have a son, ma'am, called Kendrick.
You are too blunt. Go to it orderly.
You wrong me, Madam Grimia. Give me leave. Madam Baptista, I am a gentlewoman from Verona. After hearing of your son's bashful modesty and beauty and his wit, have decided to show myself a forward guest within your home. And, if you do not mind, I bring you a woman of mine own, cunning in mathematics and music, in order to instruct your son, of which I know he is not ignorant, except of her, or you do me wrong.
You are welcome, and she for your good sake. But as to my son Kendrick, he is not for your turn. The more's my grief.
I see you mean not to part with him, or else you like not of my company.
Mistake me not. I speak but as I find. Whence are you, ma'am? What may I call you?
Petruchia is my name. Old Antonio's daughter, a man well known throughout all Italy.
I knew him well.
Saving your tale, Petruchia, I pray. Let us that are but poor petitioners speak too. But Cara, you are marvelous forward.
Oh, pardon me, Madam Grimia. I would fain be doing.
I doubt it not, ma'am, but you will curse your wooing. Now, neighbor, this is a gift most grateful, I am sure of it. That myself that is more kindly beholding to you than any, freely give unto you this young scholar, that hath long been studying at Rheims, and is as cunning in Greek, Latin, and the other languages as the other is in music and mathematics. Her name is Cambia. Pray accept her service.
1,000 thanks, Madam Gremia. Welcome, good Cambia. But, madam, methinks you walk like a stranger. May I be so bold to know the cause of your coming?
Pardon me, ma'am, the boldness is mine own, that being a stranger in the city here, do make myself a suitor to your son, unto Bianco, fair and virtuous. Nor is your firm resolve unknown to me in the preferments of the eldest brother. This liberty is all that I request, that upon knowledge of my parentage, I may have welcome amongst the rest that woo, and free access and favor as the rest. And towards the education of your sons, I offer this simple instrument and this small packet of Greek and Latin books. If you accept of them, then their worth is great.
Lucentia is your name. Of whence, I pray?
Of Pisa, daughter to Vincentio.
A mighty man of Pisa. By report I know him well. Take you the lute, you the books. You will go to meet your students presently. Hola, within! Sirrah, take these two gentlewomen to meet my sons. Tell them that they are their tutors. Bid them use them well. We will go walk in the orchard a bit, and then to dinner. You are all passing welcome, and so I bid you pray yourself.
Madam Baptista, my business asketh haste, and every day I cannot come to woo. You knew my father well. I'm left sole heir to all his lands and property. Tell me, if I woo your son and get his love, what do I have to dowry of him as husband?
20,000 crowns upon possession, and upon my death, the 1/2 of my lands.
Of this I shall assure him of his widowhood, and may us draw forth some papers twixt us twain that novelties should be held on either hand?
Aye, but that's when the special thing is obtained. That is his love, and that is all in all.
My dear mother, fear not, for I am as proud as he is fair-minded, and though he may chide and scold and brawl, fear not, for I am rough, and woo not like a babe.
Well mayest thou woo, and happy be thy speeding, but be thou armed for some unhappy words.
I, as mountains are for winds that blow, yet not perpetually.
How now, my friend? Why dost thou look so pale?
For fear, I promise you, if I look pale.
What, will my son prove a good musician?
I think he'll sooner prove a soldier. Iron may hold with him, but never lutes.
Thou canst not break him to the lute?
Why no, for he hath broke the lute to me. I did but tell him he mistook his frets and bowed his hand to teach him fingering, when with the most impatient devilish spirit, frets you call these, he quoth, I'll fume with them. And with that word he struck me on the head,
And through the instrument my pate made way, and I stood there amazed for a while, as on a pillory, while he did call me rascal fiddler and twangling jack, with 20 such vile terms as had he studied to misuse me so. Oh, 'tis a lusty man. I love him 10 times more than e'er I did. Oh, I long to have some chat with him.
Be not so discomfited. Proceed in practice with my younger son, for he is apt to learn and thankful for good turns. Shall I send my son Ken to you, or will you come with us?
I pray you do. Now shall I woo him here? Say that he frowns. I'll say he looks as clear as morning roses newly washed with dew. Say that he be mute and will not speak. I shall commend his volubility and say he speaks with piercing eloquence. Say that he bid me pack. I shall thank him as though he bid me stay a week, and shall crave the day when we shall post the banns and then be married. But here he comes, and soft, Petruchia, speak. Good morrow, Ken, for that's your name, I hear.
Are you hard of hearing? They call me Kendrick, those that do talk of me.
You lie, in faith, they call you plain Ken, and bonny Ken, and sometimes Ken the curse. But Ken, take this of me, Ken, of thy consolation. After hearing of thy beauty and thy wit, I have moved myself to woo you from my husband.
Moved? In good time. He that moved you hither should remove you hence. I knew you at the first. You were immovable.
Alas, sweet Ken, I will not burden thee, for knowing thee to be but young and light.
Too light for such a swain as you to catch, yet as heavy as my weight should be.
Come, come, you wasp, if faith you are too angry.
If I be waspus, beware my sting.
My remedy then is to pluck it out.
If the fool could find it where it lies.
Who knows not where best a wasp does wear his sting? In his tail.
In his tongue.
Whose tongue?
Yours if you talk of tails, and so farewell.
What, with my tongue in your tail? Come, come, Ken, I am a lady.
That I'll try.
In sooth, you scape not so. 'Twas told me you were rough and coy and sullen, and now I find report a very liar, for thou art pleasant, gamesome, passing courteous. I do like thee well, my dearest Ken.
'Tis my fashion when I see a crab.
Why, look not so sour. Here's no crab.
There is, there is.
Then show it me.
If I had a mirror, I would.
What, you mean my face?
Well, aim for such a young one.
Come, Ken, I am too young for you.
Oh, but yet you are withered.
'Tis with cares.
I care not.
Well, in sooth, Ken, your mother hath agreed that you shall be my husband. Your dowry already agreed on, and will you, I will marry you. For in this light that makes me like thee well, you shall have no woman but me, for I am she am born to tame you, Ken, and bring you from a wild Ken to a Ken conformable as other household Kens. Here comes your mother. Never make denial. I will have Kendrick for my husband.
Well, Madam Petruchia, how speed you with my son?
How but well, madam, how but well. 'Twere possible I must speed amiss.
How now, son Kendrick, in your dumps?
Call you me, son? Oh, I promise you have showed a tender motherly regard. To marry me off the one-half lunatic, madcap ruffian, swearing jack, with the very name of oath to keep the matter out.
Mother, 'tis thus. You and all the world that spoke of him have spoken amiss of him. If he be shrewd, 'tis for policy. And oh, you would not believe how well he loves me.
We agreed so well together that upon Sunday is the wedding day.
I'll see thee hanged on Sunday first.
Hark, Patricia, he says he'll see thee hanged first.
Is this your speeding? Nay, then good night our part.
Peace, madams. If him and I be pleased, what's that to you? It's bargain twixt us twain, being alone, that he shall still be cursed in company. Oh, 'tis a novelty to believe how much he loves me. He hung about my neck, and kiss upon kiss, and oath upon oath, he vied so fast under the twink he won me to his love. But you are novices. 'Tis a world to believe when men and women are alone. And give me thy hand, Ken. I will unto Venice to buy apparel against the wedding day.
I know not what to say, except give me your hands. 'Tis a match. Amen, say we.
We will be witnesses.
Oh, 'tis a marvel to believe. Oh, and kiss me, Ken. I will unto Venice to buy apparel. We shall have rings and things. Upon Sunday, it's our wedding day.
Was ever match cleft up so suddenly? Now, gentlewomen, I play a merchant's part and ventured desperately onto a mad mart.
'Twas a commodity lay fretting by you, will either bring you gain or perish by the sea.
The gain I seek is peace in the match.
No doubt but he hath got a quiet catch. But now, Baptista, to your younger son. Today is the day we long have looked for. I'm your neighbor and was suitor first. And I am one that loved Bianco more than words can witness or your thoughts can guess. Youngling, thou canst not love so dear as I.
Gray-haired, thy love doth freeze.
But thine doth fry. Skipper, stand back. 'Tis age that nourisheth.
But youth and men's eyes that flourisheth.
Gentlewomen, I will compound this strife. 'Tis deeds must win the prize, and she of both that can assure my son the greatest dower shall have my Bianco's love. Say first, Gremia, what you may offer him.
Well, first, as you know, my house within the city is richly furnished with plate and gold. In ivory coffers I have stuffed my crowns. In cypress chests my heiress counterpoints. Costly apparel, fine turkey, linens, turkey cushions bossed with pearl, valance of Venice gold and needlework, pewter, brass, and all things answerable to this portion. Then, at my farm, I have 100 milchkin to the pail, 60 fat oxen standing in my stall, and all things answerable to this. Myself am struck in years, I must confess, but if I should die tomorrow, all of this will be his. If but whilst I live, he will be only mine.
That only came well in. Madam, listen to me. I am my father's heir and only child. If you give me Bianco to my husband, I'll leave him 3 or 4 houses as good within rich Pisa walls as any one old Madam Gremia has to offer, besides 2,000 ducats by the year of fruitful land. What? Have I pinched you, Madam Gremia?
2,000 ducats by the year of land? My land amounts to not so much at all that he shall have. Besides an argosy that is now lying in Marseilles Road. What, have I choked you with an argosy?
Gremia, 'tis known my father hath no less than 3 great argosies, besides 2 galleasses and 12 tight galleys, all of which I shall assure him, and twice as much whatever thou offerest next.
Nay, I've offered it all, I have no more.
Then the man is mine from all the world. By your firm promise, Gremia is outvied.
Your offer is the best, I must confess, if your father can make this assurance. But you must pardon me. Where is his dower if you should die before she?
That is but a cavil. She is old, I young.
But canst not young die as well as old?
On Sunday next, you well know, my son Kendrick is to be married to Madame Patricia. On the Sunday following, Bianca shall be groomed to you, if your father can make this assurance. If not, Madame Gremia. And so 1,000 thanks and farewell.
Adieu, good neighbor. Now I fear thee not, sirrah, young gamester. Your father were a fool to give thee all, and in his waning age set foot under thy table. Tut, a toy. An old Italian fox is not so kind, my girl.
A vengeance on your crafty withered hide. Yet I have faced it with a card of 10.
'tis in my head to do my mistress good. I see no reason, but supposed Lucentio must get a father called supposed Vincentio. And that's a wonder. Fathers do commonly get their children, but in this case of wooing, a child must get a sire.
Forbear, you grow too forward, ma'am. Have you so soon forgot the entertainment his brother Kendrick welcomed you withal?
But, wrangling pedant, this is the patron of heavenly harmony. Now give me leave to have prerogative, and when in music we have spent an hour, your lecture shall have leisure for as much.
Preposterous ass, that never read so far to know why music was ordained. Was it not to refresh the mind of man after his studies or his usual pain? Then give me leave to read philosophy, and while I pause, serve in your harmony.
Madam, I will not bear these braves of thine.
Gentlewomen, you do me double wrong to strive for that which resteth in my choice. I'm no preaching scholar in the schools. I'll not be tied to hours nor appointed times, but learn my lessons as I please myself. And to cut off all strife, here sit we down. Take you your instrument, play you the whiles. Her lesson will be done ere you have tuned.
You will leave her lecture when I am in tune?
That will be never. Tune your instrument.
Where left we last?
Here, sir. Hic ebat, simois, hic est CJa telus, hic statrat priami regia Chelsea things.
Construe it.
Hic ebat, as I told you before, simois, I am Lucentia. Hic est, daughter unto Vincentio of Pisa. CJa telus, disguised thus to get your love. Hic staturat, and that Lucentia that comes a-wooing. Priami, is my friend Trania. Regia, bearing my port. Chelsea Sanis, that we might beguile the old pantaloon.
Sir, my instrument's in tune.
Let's hear. Oh, fie, the treble jars.
Spit in the hole, girl, and tune again.
Now let me see if I can construe it. Hic ebat simois. I know you not. Hic est CJa telus. I trust you not. Hic ceterat priami. Take heed she not hear us. Regia. I presume not. Chelsea Senis. Despair not.
Sir, 'tis now in tune.
All but the bass.
The bass is right, 'tis the bass knave that jars. How fiery and forward our pedant is. Now for my life the knave doth court my love. At a school I'll watch you better yet.
In time I may believe, yet I mistrust.
Mistrust it not, for Acides was called Ajax so from its grandfather.
I must believe my mistress, else I should be arguing still upon that doubt. But let it rest. Now, Licia, to you. Good teachers, take it not unkindly, I pray, that I've been thus pleasant with you both.
You may go walk and give me leave a while. My lessons make no music in 3 parts.
Are you so formal, ass? But I must wait, and watch withal. But I be deceived. Our fine musician growth amorous.
Sir, before you touch the instrument to learn the order of my fingering, I first must begin with the rudiments of art to teach you gamut in a briefer sort, more pleasant, pithy, and effectual than hath been taught by any of my trade. And here it is in writing, fairly drawn.
Why, I'm past my gamut long ago.
Yet read the gamut of Hortensia.
Gamut. I am the ground of all accord. A ray, to plead Hortensia's passion. Be me, take her for thy lady. Si fa ut, that loves with all affection. D so re, one cleft 2 notes have I. E la me, show pity or I die. Tut, call you this gamut, I like it not. I am not so nice to change true rules for old inventions.
Master, your mother prayed you leave your books to help to dress your brother's chamber up. You know, tomorrow is the wedding day.
Farewell, sweet teachers both. I must be off.
Faith, Master. Well, then I have no cause to stay.
But I have cause to pry into this pedant. Methinks she looks as though she were in love. Yet if thy thoughts, Bianco, be so humble to cast thy wandering eyes on every sail, seize thee that list. If once I find thee ranging, Hortensia will be quit with thee by changing.
Madam Lucentia, today is the day that Kendrick and Madam Petruchia are to be married, and yet we hear not of our daughter-in-law. What mockery will it be? What will be said? When bride wants, when the priest awaits to speak the ceremonial rites, what says Lucentia to the shame of mine?
No shame but mine! I must be forced to give my hand opposed to my heart, up to some mad-brained rudesby full of spleen, who wooed in haste and means to wed at leisure, and to be noted for a merry girl. She'll woo 1,000, appoint the day of marriage, make feasts, invite friends, but never means to woo she hath wed. And all the world must point at poor Kendrick, if it please her to come and marry him.
Patience, good Kendrick, and Baptista too. Upon my life, Petruchia means but well. Whatever fortune saves her from her words, though she be blunt, I know her passing lies. Though she be merry, yet withal she's honest.
Would Kendrick had never seen her, though.
Mistress, mistress, news, old news and news you've never heard of.
Is it old and new too?
Why, is it not news to hear of Petruchia's coming?
Is she come?
Why, no, ma'am.
What then?
She is coming.
When will she be here?
When she stands where I am and she sees you there.
But say, what's the thine old news?
Why, Petruchia is coming in a new boa, a short skirt, a pair of high heels 5 inches, and a pair of earrings that dangle to her neck, shining gold and gaudy thus.
Who comes with her?
Why, her lackey, ma'am, for all the world comparisoned like a gentleman, with a long cane in one hand, a large diamond in the other, gartered with a black and white coat, a top hat, and the humor of 40 fancies pricked in it for a feather. A monster, a very monster, and not like a Christian footboy or a gentleman's lackey.
'Tis some odd humor that pricked her to this fashion, yet oftentimes she goes but mean apparel.
I'm glad she's come, howsoever she comes.
Where be these gallants? Why, who's at home?
Madam, you know today is the wedding day. First we were sad, fearing you would not come. Now we're sadder still, seeing that you come so unprovided. Fie! Fie! A shame to our solemn festival!
And tell us, what occasion of import hath also long detained you from your husband, and sent you hither so unlike yourself? Tedious it were to tell, and harsh to hear. Suffice it, I am come to keep my word. Where is my groom? How is my mother?
Gentles, methinks you frown. And why stares this company as if they've seen some odd monument, a comet, or strange prodigy?
See not your groom in these unreverent robes. Go to my chamber. Put on clothes of mine.
Even thus I'll visit him.
But thus you will not marry him.
Even thus. Can I repair in myself as easily as he will wear in me as I can these poor accoutrements? 'Twere, mother, you knew my business. Had done with words, I will unto my groom and seal the title with a lovely kiss.
She hath some meaning in her mad attire. We will persuade her, be it possible, put on better ere she go to church.
I will after her and see to the event of this.
But to him love concerneth, we must add to that the mother's liking, which to bring to pass, as I before imparted to your worship, I am to get a man. Whatsoe'er he be, it skills not much, will fit him to our turn, and he shall be Vincentio of Pisa, and make assurance here in Padua for greater sums than I have promised. So shall you quietly enjoy your hope, and marry sweet Bianco with consent.
Were it not that my fellow schoolmistress doth watch Bianca's steps so narrowly, 'twere good methinks to steal our marriage. Whence once performed, let all the world say no. I'll keep mine own, despite of all the world.
That vantage we mean to keep an eye out for. We'll overreach the gray-haired Gremia, the narrow-prying Mother Manola, the amorous sweet musician Licia, all for my mistress Lucentia. Madam Gremia, came you from the church?
I as willingly as ere I came from school.
And are the bride and bridegroom coming home?
A bride, say you? 'Tis a bride indeed, a grumbling bride, and that the man shall find.
Curster than he? 'Tis impossible.
She is a devil, a very fiend.
He's a devil, the devil's damned.
Tut, he is a lamb, a dove, a fool to her. I'll tell you, Madam Lucentia, that when the priest should ask if Kendrick should be her husband, I by Gog's Walms, quoth she, and swore so loud that all amazed the priest let fall the book. And when he bent down again to pick it up, the mad-brained bride took him at such a cuff that down fell priest and book and priest. Now take it up again, said she, at any list.
What said the bridegroom when he rose again?
Why, trembled and shook, for she stamped and swore as if the vicar meant to cozen her. But after many ceremonies done, she calls for wine. A health, quoth she, as though she'd been aboard, carousing with her mates after a storm. And then quaffed off the muscatel and threw the sops all in the sexton's face, for no other reason but that his beard grew thin and hungerly. This done, she took the groom about the neck and kissed his lips with such a clamorous smack that at the parting all of the church did echo. I, seeing this, came thence for very shame, and after me I know the rout is coming. Such a mad marriage never was before. Hark, hark, I hear the minstrels play. Gentlemen and friends, I thank you for your pains, and I know you think to dine with me today, but my business asketh haste, and I must henceforth be away.
Is it possible you'll leave tonight?
I must away today, before nightfall. Wonder not, if thou knewest my business, you would rather entreat me go than stay. Go, revel, domineer, and drink a health to me. As for my bonny Ken, we must away.
Let us entreat you stay till after dinner.
It cannot be.
Let me entreat you.
It may not be.
Let me entreat you.
I am content.
Are you content to stay?
I am content thou shalt entreat me stay, but go we must, entreat me how you can.
If you love me, stay.
Grumio, my chauffeur.
Aye, ma'am. He be ready.
Nay, what hast thou to do? I will not go today. No, nor tomorrow. Not until I please myself. The door is open, ma'am. There lies your way. Best your boots be jogging while they're green. I will not go today until I please myself. You may prove a jolly, surly bride, but take a Jew at the first so roundly.
Prithee, Ken, be not so angry.
I will be angry. What hast thou to do? Mother, be quiet. She'll stay at my leisure.
I'm married. Now it begins to work.
Ladies, forward to the bridal shower. I trust a man may be made a fool if he hath not the will to resist.
Those that attend on him may go forward at his command. But as for my bonny Ken, he shall with me. Go, revel, domineer, be mad and be merry, or go hang yourselves. For I shall be mistress of what is my own. He shall be my house, my household stuff, my field, my barn, my ox, my horse, my ass, my anything. The proudest he may try to stop my way in Padua. I shall bring action of mine own.
Nay, let them go. Couple of quiet ones. Went they not quickly, I should die with laughing.
Of all mad matches, never was the like.
Master, what's your opinion of your brother?
That being mad himself, he's madly mated.
I'll warrant her, Petruchia is kenned. Gentlewomen and neighbors, you know there once no junkets at the feast, though bride and bridegroom wants to fill the places at the head of the table. Lucentia, you shall take the bride's place. Bianco shall take his brother's room.
Shall sweet Bianco practice how to groom it?
He shall, Lucentia. Come, let's go.
Okay, the play will be playing soon, and I hope you enjoy it. You're welcome.
Oh, fie! Fie and all tired jades, and all mad masters in all foul ways. Was ever a lad so beaten? Was ever a lad so rayed? Was ever a lad so weary? I am sent before to make a fire, and they come after to warm them. Now, were I not a little pot, and soon quite hot, my lips might freeze to my teeth, my heart and my belly ere I come by a fire to thaw them. But, considering the weather, a taller lad than I would soon take cold. Ho-ho, Carrie!
Who is it that calls so coldly?
Ha! A piece of ice! If thou doubtest, that may slide from my shoulder to my heel with no greater run than my head and my neck. A fire, good Carrie!
Is my maiden and her love coming, Grumio?
Oh, I, Carrie, I, and therefore fire! Fire! Cast on no water!
Is he so hot as Shrew as he's reported?
Oh, I, Carrie, he was before this frost. But thou knowest how winter tames woman, man, and beast. For it has tamed my old maid, my new master, and myself, fellow Carrie.
Oh, wait, you 3-inch fool. I am no beast.
Am I but 3 inches? Why, thy horn is a foot, and so long am I in the least. But, are you going to make a fire, or shall I complain on thee to our new master, whose hand he being now at hand, thou shalt soon feel to thy cold comfort for being slow in thy hot office?
I pray thee, good Grumio, tell me, how goes the world?
A cold world, Carrie, in every office but thine, and therefore fire. Do thy duty and have thy duty. My master and mistress are nearly frozen to death.
There's fire ready, and therefore, good Grumio, the news.
Oh, Jack boy, oh boy, and as much news as will thaw.
Come, you are so full of coney catching.
And therefore fire, for I have caught extreme cold. Where's the cook? Is supper ready? The house in order? The serving maids in their new fusty and every garment, their wedding on? Is the jacks filled with fair within, the jills fair without, the carpets laid and everything ready?
All ready, and therefore, I pray thee, news.
First, no. My horse is tired. My master and mistress fallen out.
How?
Why, out of their saddles and into the dirt, and thereby hangs a tale.
What's hot, good Grumio?
Lend thine ear.
Here.
There!
This is to feel a tale, not to hear a tale.
And thereby 'tis called a sensible tale, and this cuff was but to knock at your ear and beseech listening. Now I begin. In Primies, we came down a foul hill, my master riding behind my mistress.
Both on one horse?
What's that to thee?
Why, a horse!
Tell thou the tale. If thou hadn't crossed me, thou shouldst have heard how he fell and his horse on top of him. Thou shouldst have heard in how miry place he was bemoiled, and how she left him with the horse upon him. How she beat me because his horse stumbled. How he waded through the dirt to pluck her off me. How she swore. How he prayed that never prayed before. How I cried. How the bridle was burst. How the horses ran away. How I lost my crupper, with many things of worthy memory, that now shall die in oblivion, and thou return unexperienced to thy grave.
By this reckoning, she is more shrew than he.
Oh, I carry I, and that thou and the proudest of you all shall find when she comes home. But what I talk of this, call forth Nathaniel, Joseph, Philip, Walter, Sugarsop, and the rest. Let their hair be sleekly combed. Let their coats be finely brushed. Let their garters be in a different knit. Let them curtsy on their left leg, and not presume to touch a hair on my master's horsetail until they have kissed his hands. Are they all ready?
They are.
Well, call them forth.
Do you hear her? You must meet my mistress to countenance my master.
Why? He hath a face of his own.
Who knows not that?
Thou, it seems, that calls for company to countenance him.
I call them forth to credit him.
Why? He comes to borrow nothing of them.
Welcome home, Grumio.
How now, Grumio? What, Grumio? Oh, Grumio.
How now, you, fellow you, welcome you. And now, my spruce companions, are all things in order and all things ready?
All things ready, sir. How near our mistress?
Eat at hand, and lighted by this, be not... Oh, cock's passion, silence, I hear my mistress.
Where be these knaves? What, no man at door to hold my stirrup, nor to take my horse? Where's Nathaniel, Gregory, Philip?
Here, ma'am.
Here, ma'am. Here, ma'am.
Here, ma'am, here, ma'am, here, ma'am, here, ma'am. You logger-headed and unpolished groom. What, no attendance, no regard, no duty? Where is the foolish knave I sent before?
Here, ma'am, as foolish as I was before.
Did I not bid thee meet me in the park? Bring along these rascal knaves with thee?
Nathaniel's coat, ma'am, was not fully made, and Gabriel's boot was all unpinked at the heel. There was no link to color Peter's hat, and Walter's dagger was not come from the sheathing. There wasn't no fine but Adam, Ralph, and Gregory. The rest were ragged, old, and beggarly. Yet, as they are, here they come to meet you.
Go, rascals, go and fetch my supper in.
Where's the life that late I led? Where are those? Come, Ken, sit down and be merry.
Sound, 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 sound. What'd I say?
Come, Ken, and welcome.
What, you villains, when? Come, and take off my heels, you rogues, you villains, when?
It was the start order of Friars Grey as he forth walked on his...
Ah, you rogue, you pushed my foot awry! Take that and the mending off of the other!
Come, Ken, and welcome heartily.
What? Where's the water? Go, fetch you my cousin Ferdinand hither.
One, Ken, whom you must be acquainted with.
Where are my slippers? What, no water? You horse and villain, will you let it fall?
Patience, I pray, 'twas a father willing.
A logger-headed and unpolished groom.
Come, Ken, I know you have a stomach. Let us eat. Will you give thanks, or shall I?
What's this? Mutton?
Aye.
Who brought it?
I.
Why, 'tis burnt! Where's the cook?
me who likes it not. Here, take it! Treasure, take it all! What, do you grumble? I'll be with you straight!
Be not so disquiet. The meat was well. If you were so contented...
'Twas burnt and dried away, and I am expressly forbid to eat it, for it engenders choler, planteth anger, and thus of ourselves are choleric. But tomorrow it shall be mended, and for tonight we shall fast for company. Come, Ken, I shall bring thee to thy groom's chamber.
Peter, didst ever see the like?
She will kill him with her own humor.
Where is she?
In her chamber, making a sermon of contentancy to him, and rails and swears and rates that she, poor soul, knows not which way to stand, to look, to speak, and sit as one new risen from a dream. Away, away, for she is coming hither!
Thus have I politically begun my reign, and 'tis my hope to end successfully. My falcon now is sharp and passing empty, and till she swoop he shall not be full gorged. This isn't made to make a man know his keeper's call. And he shall watch as we watch these kites that bite and bait and will not be obedient. He eat no meat today, nor none shall he eat. He slept not today, nor none shall he sleep. As with the making of the meat, I shall find some undeserved fault of the making of the bed. And this way I'll throw the pillow, and that way the bolster, and this way the coverlet, and that way the sheets. And amidst this hurly I'll intend that all is done in reverend care of him. And this way he shall watch all night, and if he chance to nod, I'll rail and brawl, and hence keep him awake. And this is a way to kill a man with kindness. She who knows better how to tame a shrew, let her speak, 'tis charity to show. Is it possible, friend Licia, that Master Bianco doth favor any other but Lucentia? I tell you, ma'am, he doth bear me fair in hand. Ma'am, to satisfy you in what you have said, stand by and mark the manner of her teaching.
Master, profit you in what you read.
What mistress read you? First, resolve me that.
I read that I profess the art to love.
And may you prove, madam, mistress of your art.
Why, you sweet dear, prove master of my heart.
Quick proceeders, marry. Now tell me, you that durst swear at your master Bianco loved none in the world so well as Lucentia? Oh, despiteful love, unconstant mankind. I tell thee, Licia, this is wonderful. Mistake no more. I am not Licia, nor a musician as I seem to be, but one that scorned to live in this disguise. For such as one as leaves a gentleman and makes a god of such a cullion, no, ma'am, that I am called Hortensia. Madam Hortensia, I have often heard of your entire affection to Bianco, and since mine eyes are witness to his lightness, I will with you, if you be so contented, hereby forswear Bianco and his love forever. See how they kiss and court. Madam Lucentia, here is my hand, and here I firmly vow never to woo him no more, but to forswear him as one unworthy all the former favors I have fondly flattered him withal. And here I take the unfeigned oath never to marry with him, though he would entreat. Fie on him, see how beastly he doth court her. For all the world but she had quite forsworn. For me, that I may surely keep mine oath, I will be married to a wealthy widower ere 3 days pass, which hath as long loved me as I have loved this proud, disdainful haggard. And so, farewell, Madam Lucentia, kindness in men, and not their beauteous looks, shall win my love. So I take my leave and resolution, as I swore before. Mr. Bianco! Bless thee with such grace as long as to a lover's blessed case. Nay, I have taken you napping, gentle love, and have forsworn you with Hortensia.
Trania, you jest. But have you both forsworn me?
Master, we have. Then we are rid of Licia? In faith, she'll have a lusty widower, wooed and wedded in a day.
God give her joy.
Aye, and she'll tame him.
So she says, Trania.
Faith, she's gone into the taming school.
What? Is there such a place?
Aye, master, and Petruchia is the mistress that teacheth tricks 11 and 20 long, to tame a shrew and charm his chattering tongue.
Oh, mistress, mistress, I've watched so long that I am dog-wearied, but at last I spied. An ancient angel coming down the hill will serve the turn.
What is he buying, Della?
A merchant or a pedant, I cannot tell, but format and apparel and gait and in countenance surely like a father.
And what of him, Trania? If he be credulous and trust my tale, I'll make him glad to see Vincentio, and give assurance to Baptista as though he were the right Vincentio. Take in your love, let me alone.
Oh, God save you, ma'am.
Oh, and you, good sir, you are welcome. Travel you far, or are you at the farthest?
Oh, at the farthest a week or two, and then up farther, and as far as Rome, and so to Tripoli, if God lend me life.
Of what countryman, I pray?
Of Mantua.
Of Mantua, come to Padua careless of your life?
My life, ma'am? How, I pray? That comes hard.
'Tis death for anyone from Mantua to come to Padua.
Alas, it is worse for me than so, for I have bills for money from exchange from Florence, and must hither deliver them.
Well, sir, to do you courtesy, this I will do, and this I will advise. Yet first, have you ever been to Pisa?
Pisa I have been. Pisa renowned for great citizens.
No, among them one Vincentio?
I know him not, but have heard of him, a merchant of incomparable wealth.
He is my father, and sooth to say, in countenance somewhat doth resemble you.
As much an apple doth an oyster, and all one.
To save your life in this extremity, this favor will I do for his sake. And think it not the worst your fortune that you are like to Lord Vincentio. His name and his credit shall you undertake, and friendly lodged at my home, till your business in the city is finished. If this be courtesy, sir, accept of it.
Oh, I do, and will ever repute you the matron of my life and liberty.
This one matter left, I must need tell you. My father is looked for every day in the city here, to pass assurance of dower and marriage twixt me and one Baptista's son here. In all these circumstances, I'll instruct you. Go with me to find clothes that suit you.
No, no, forsooth. I dare not on my life.
The more my wrong, the more her spite appears. What? Did she marry me to famish me? Beggars that come unto my mother's door have a present alms. If not, elsewhere they have such charity. But I, who never knew how to entreat, nor never needed that I should entreat, am starved for meat, giddy for lack of sleep. And what spites me more than all of these wants, she does so under name of perfect love. As who is to say if I should eat or sleep? I pray thee, Grumio, give me some repast. I care not what, so it be wholesome food.
how say you to neat's foot?
Oh, 'tis passing good. Let me have it.
I fear 'tis too choleric. What say you to fat tripe finely broiled?
Good Grumio, go fetch it me.
I cannot tell. I fear 'tis choleric. What say you to a piece of beef and mustard?
A dish I do love to feed upon.
Oh, aye. But the mustard is too hot a little, I think.
Then the beef, let the mustard rest.
Oh, nay. I dare not. You will have the mustard, or you'll get no beef of Grumio.
Then one or both, or anything thou wilt.
Why then? The mustard. Without the beef.
Get thee gone, I say! What thou foul, confound you rebel! It fears me with the very name of meat! Fire on you and all pack of you! Let spots upon my misery! Go, get thee gone!
What? How fares my Ken? What, sweeting, all mort, master, what cheer?
Faith, as cold as can be.
Pluck up thy spirits, my sweet Ken. See how diligent I am to bring thee meat and dress it myself? Oh, I'm sure that such kindness merits thanks. What? Not a word? Well, thou must love it not. Here, take this dish away.
I pray you, let it stand.
The worst service is repaid with thanks, sir, and mine shall be as well before you touch the meat.
I thank you, ma'am.
Madam Petruchia, fie, you were to blame. Come, Master Ken, I'll bear you company.
Eat it up all, Madam Hortensia, if thou lovest me. Much good do it unto thy gentle heart. My sweet Ken, eat apace. Oh, we shall enter thy mother's house with rings and things in fine array. What? Hast thou dined? The tailor stays thy leisure to deck you with his rifling treasure. Come, tailor, let us see the hat.
Here's the cap your worship did bespeak.
Why, what's this? Fie, 'tis lewd, 'tis a bauble, a walnut shell, a cockle, a baby's toy. Come, tailor, we shall have a bigger.
I will not have a bigger. This does fit the time, and men wear such caps as these.
When you are a man, you shall have one too, and not till then.
That will not be in haste.
I trust I may have leave to speak, and speak I will. I am no babe, no child. Your betters have endured me to say my mind, and if you cannot, best you stop your ears. My tongue will tell the anger of my heart, or my heart concealing it will break. I will be free, as I please, in words.
Why, thou sayest true, my sweet Ken. 'Tis a bauble, a knick-knack, a silken trifle. I love thee well that thou likest it not.
Love me or love me not. I like the cap, and it I shall have, or I shall have none.
Tailor, let us see the coat. Oh, mercy God! What master's stuff is here? What, is this a sleeve? What nip and slip and slash and cut? It's like 'tis a censor in a barber shop. What tailor callest thou this?
I see he's like to have neither cap nor coat.
I bid I make it orderly and well, according to the fashion and the time.
Aye, but I did not bid you mar it to the time. So go hop you over every kennel home, for you shall do without my custom, sir. Come have a better.
I will have no better. I've never seen a better fashion coat. More quaint, more pleasing, and more commendable. Belike you mean to make a puppet of me!
Aye, he means to make a puppet of thee!
He says your worship means to make a puppet of him?
Oh, monstrous arrogance! Brides in mine own home! You rag! You shall do without my custom, sir!
Your worship is deceived. The coat is made just as your mistress desired. Why, Grumio gave order on how it should be done.
I gave him no order. I gave him the stuff.
And how did you desire it should be made?
Marry, sir, with a needle and thread.
But did you not request to have it cut?
Thou hast faced many things.
I have.
Face not me. Thou hast braved many women. Brave not me. I will neither be faced nor braved. I bid thee cut out the coat, but I did not bid thee cut it to pieces. Ergo, thou liest.
Why, here is the note of the fashion to testify.
Read it.
Ha, ha, ha. The note lies in his throat if I said so.
Imprimis, a loose-bodied coat.
Mistress, if ever I said a loose-bodied coat, sold me in the sleeves of it and beat me to death with a bottom of brown thread, I said a coat.
With a small compass cape.
I confess the cape.
With a trunk sleeve.
No, I confess 2 sleeves.
The sleeves curiously cut.
Aye, there's the villainy.
Error in the bill, ma'am, error in the bill. I bid thee cut out the sleeves and sew them up again, and that'll prove upon thee, though thy little finger be armed in a thimble.
This is true that I say, and I will know it.
I am for thee straight. Take up the bill, give me the meat yard, and spare not me.
God have mercy, groomie, or then he shall have no odds.
Madam Hortensia, seest thou that the tailor is paid? Tailor, I'll pay thee for thy coat tomorrow. Take no unkindness of his hasty words. Away, I say, commend me to thy mistress. Well, once again, my sweet Ken, we shall unto thy mother's house, even in these honest habiliments. Our purses shall be proud, our garments poor, but 'tis the mind that makes the body rich. And we shall frolic and be merry and whatever may. And I say we shall leave about 7 o'clock and shall get to thy mother's house about supper time.
I dare assure you 'tis almost 2. Ere it be supper time, ere we come there.
Look, whatever I say it at list, and still you are crossing me. We shall go to thy mother's house, whatever time I say it is. I so this gallant will command the sun. Sir, this is the place. Please it you that I call.
Aye, what else? May I be deceived? Madame Baptista may remember me some 20 years ago in Genoa where we were lodgers at the Pegasus.
'Tis well, and hold your own in any case with such austerity as longeth to a father.
I warrant you. Ma'am, here's your lass. 'Twere good she were schooled.
Fear not her. Madam Biondella, now do your duty thoroughly. Imagine 'twere the right Vincentio.
Fear me not.
But have you done your errand to Baptista?
I told her that your father was in Venice and that you looked for him to stay in Padua.
Thou art a tall maiden. Hold thee that to drink. Here comes Madam Baptista. Lass, set your countenance. Madam Baptista, you are happily met. Sir, this is the gentle lass I told you of. Now stand me, good father. Give me Bianco for my patrimony.
Soft lass. Ma'am, by your leave, having come to Padua to gather in some debts, my lass who sent you here made me acquainted with a worthy cause of love between your son and herself. And for good reports I hear of you, and for the love she beareth him and he to her, I am content in a good father's care to have him so matched. Me, you shall find ready and willing, upon one consent to have him so bestowed. For curious I cannot be with you, Madame Baptista, for whom I hear so well.
Sir, pardon me in what I have to say. Your plainness and your shortness please me well. Right true it is that your lass here doth love my son Bianco, and he loveth her, or both dissemble greatly their affections. And if you say no more than this, that like a father you will deal with her and pass my son sufficient dower, Bianco is hers, your lass shall have Bianco with consent.
I thank you, ma'am. Where should we hold this solemn ceremony?
Not at my house, believe me. Pitchers have ears, and I have many servants. Besides, Madame Gremia is hearkening still, and happily we might be interrupted.
Then at my lodging. My father stays there this night, and quietly and privately we may pass this jointure. Send your servant to fetch Bianco. My lass shall bring the despot presently.
The worst of it is that at so slender a warning, you're like to have a small and slender pittance.
It likes me well, Lucentio. Baiadello! Get thee home, bid Bianco make him ready straight, and tell him what hath happened here, that Lucentio's father has come to Padua, and how he is like to be Lucentio's husband.
I pray the gods be nay with all my heart.
Dally not with the gods, but get thee gone. Please you follow me. We will better it in Pisa.
I follow you.
Cambia!
What sayest thou, Biondella?
You saw my master wink and laugh upon you.
What of that?
Faith nothing, but has left me here behind to expound upon the meaning or moral of his signs and tokens.
I pray thee moralize them.
Then thus, Baptista is safe, talking to the deceiving father of a deceitful lass.
And what of her?
Her son is to be brought by you to the supper.
And then?
The old priest at St. Luke's is at your command at all hours.
But what of all this?
I cannot tell, except that they are busied about a counterfeit assurance. Take you assurance to the church. Take the priest, a clerk, some sufficient honest witnesses. If this be not what you look for, then I have nothing more to say, but bid Bianco farewell, forever and a day.
Hearest thou, Biondella?
I cannot tarry. My master bids me to make the priest be ready to come against you. Come with your appendix.
I may and will. If he be so contented, he will be pleased. Wherefore should I doubt? Hap what hap may, I'll roundly go about him. It shall go hard if Cambia go without him.
Come on, in God's name, once more toward our mother's house. Oh, how bright and goodly shines the moon.
The moon? The sun. It is not moonlight now.
Why, I say it is the moon that shines so bright.
I know it is the sun that shines so bright.
Now, by my mother's lass, that myself, shall be moon or stars or what I list, or ere we go again to thy mother's house. Come, let's have our horses, back to home again. Cross, nothing but cross.
Say as she says, or we shall never go.
Forward, for we have come so far. And be it moon or sun or whatever you have it named, and if you name it a rush candle, so it shall be so for me.
I say it is the moon.
I know it is the moon.
Nay, you lie, it is the blessed sun.
Then God be blessed. It is the blessed sun. But it is not the sun if you say it is not. And the moon changes even as your mind. And whatever you have it named, so it shall be so for Kendrick.
Petruchia, go thy ways. The field is won.
Forward, thus the bull should run. But soft, methinks company is coming here. Do, good old grandsire, and make known your way. Tell me, Ken, and tell me truly, hast thou ever seen a fresher face? Such roar of white and red amidst those cheeks? And did heaven so become those eyes that sparkle in that face? I tell thee again, dear lass, good day to thee. My dear Ken, embrace her for her beauty's sake.
Who makes a man mad to make a woman of him?
Young budding virgin, fair and fresh and sweet, whither away or where is thy abode? Happy the parents of so fair a child! Happier the man whom favorable stars allot thee for his lovely bedfellow.
Oh, my dear Ken, I hope thou art not mad. This is a man, old, withered, wrinkled, faded, not a mistress as thou sayest she is.
Pardon, sweet father, for my mistaking eyes have been so bedazzled with the sun that everything I see seemeth green. But now I perceive thou art a revered father. Pardon me, I pray thee, for my mad mistaking.
Dear good old grandsire, I must all make known which way travellest thou. If with us, we shall be joyful of thy company.
Fair ma'am, and my most merry master, that with that strange encounter much amazed me. My name is called Vincentio. My dwelling, Pisa, and bound I am to Padua, there to visit a daughter, which long I have not seen.
What is her name?
Lucentia, gentle lass.
Happily we met, the happier for thy lass. The brother to my husband, this gentleman, by this thy lass hath married. Wonder not, nor be grieved, for he is of noble birth, of worthy dowry and great esteem. But tell me, sir, we shall travel together and embrace, and we shall go to visit your lass, your honest lass. Of thy arrival shall be full joyous.
But is it true, or else is it your pleasure, like pleasant travelers, to break a jest upon the company you overtake?
I do assure thee, father, so it is. Come along, good old grandsire, for our first merriment hath made thee full jealous. Well, Petruchia, this has put me in heart. Have to my widow, and if he be forward, then hast thou taught Hortensia to be untoward.
Softly and swiftly, lass, for the priest is ready.
I fly, Biondella, but they may chance to need thee at home. Therefore leave us.
Nay, faith, I'll see the church over your back, and go back to my maids as soon as I can.
I marvel Cambia comes not all this while. Sir, this is the door. This is Lucentia's place. My mother's bears more towards the marketplace, and thither must I. So here I leave you, sir.
You shall not go, but choose to stay, and by all likelihood some cheers toward.
They're busy within.
What? Is Madame Lucentia within, sir?
She's within, sir, but not to be spoken withal.
What if a man bring her 100 pounds or two to make merry withal?
Keep your 100 pounds to yourself. She'll need none so long as I live.
Marry, sir, I told you your lass was well beloved in Padua. And setting this frivolous circumstance aside, tell Madame Lucentia her father is here from Pisa and wishes to speak with her.
Thou liest. Her father is here and looking at you.
Art thou her father?
Aye, sir.
Why, what knavery is this? To take upon you another man's name?
Lay hands on the villain. I have a cousin to somebody in this city under my countenance.
I have seen them in the church together. But who is here? My old master Vincentio. Now we are all undone and come against nothing.
Come hither, crackhemp.
Hope that I may too, sir.
Come hither, you rogue. What, have you forgot me?
Forget you? Why, I couldn't forget you, for I've never seen you before in all my life.
What? You notorious cynic! Didst thou never see thy maid's father, Vincentio?
What, my own worshipful master? Yes, marry, sir. See where he stands here?
Is it so indeed?
Help! Help! His mother!
Help, wife! Help, man! That priest us!
Come, Ken, let's stand aside and see this tale unfold. Sir, her to be my servant.
What am I, ma'am? What are you, lass? Oh, immortal gods! Oh, fine villain! I am undone! I am undone! While I play the good father at home, my daughter and my servants spend all at the university.
How now? What's the matter? What? Is the man a lunatic? Sir, you seem an anxious, sober gentleman by your habit, but your words prove you mad. What concerns you if I wear pearl and gold? I thank my good father I am able to maintain it.
Thy father? Oh, fine villainess. He is but the bread maker in Bergamo.
You mistake, sir. You mistake, sir. Tell me, what do you think is her name?
Her name? As if I knew not her name. I have brought her up ever since she was 3 years old. And her name is Trania.
Away, away, mad ass. Her name is Lucentia, mine only girl, and heir to the gems of me, Sir Vincentio.
Lucentia? She hath murdered her mistress! I charge you, lay hands on her in the name of the Duke! Oh, my lass, my sweet girl. What have you done with Lucentia?
Call for an officer. Madame Baptiste, see that he be forthcoming. Stay, he shall not go to prison.
Speak not, Madame Gremia. I say he shall go to prison.
Take heed, Madame Baptiste, lest you be coney-catched in this business.
I dare swear this is the right Vincentio.
Swear if thou darest.
Nay, I dare not swear it. Then thou wilt say that I am not the right Lucentia?
No, I know thee to be Madame Lucentia. Away with the dotard. To the jail with him.
Thus strangers may be hailed and abused, O monstrous villainess.
Oh, yonder he is. Deny him, forswear him, or we are all undone.
Pardon, sweet father.
Lives, my sweet girl. Pardon, dear mother.
What hast thou done? Where's Lucentia?
Here's Lucentia, the right lass to the right Vincentio, who hath by marriage made thy son mine, while counterfeit words thine eyne.
Take heed, whose witness conceiveth all. Tell me, is this not my Cambia?
Cambia is changed into Lucentia.
Love wrought these miracles. Bianco's love for me made me exchange my countenance with Trania, while she did bear my port in town. What Trania did myself enforce her to, then pardon her, sweet father, for my sake.
Slit the wench's nose, it would have sent me to jail.
But do you hear, ma'am? Did you marry my son without my consent?
Fear not, Madame Baptista. We will consent you. Go to, but I will end these revenge for this villain.
And I, to the sound depths of this knavery.
Look not pale, Bianco. Thy mother will not frown.
My cake is dough, but I'll in among the rest. Out of hope of all, but my share of the feast.
Come, wife, let's see the end of this ado.
First kiss me, Ken, and we shall.
What, in the midst of the street?
What? Art thou ashamed of me?
Nay, God forbid, but ashamed to kiss?
Away, I say, once more back to home, then.
Nay, I will give thee a kiss.
Is not this well? Better once than never, for never too late.
so long, our jarring notes agree, and time it is when raging war is done, to smile at scapes and perils overblown. My man Bianco, bid my father welcome, while with self-same kindness I do the same to thine. Sister Patricia, brother Kendrick, and thou Hortensia, with thy loving widower, feast with the best, and welcome to my house. My feast is to fill our stomachs up after our great good cheer. Now, sit down, for now it's time to chat and eat, as well as talk.
Nothing but sit and seat and eat and eat.
Padua affords this kindness, daughter Patricia.
Oh, Padua affords, but what is kind, mother?
For both our sakes I would that word were true.
Simples, methinks Hortensia is afeard of her widower.
Then never trust me if I be afeard.
You mistake my meaning, sir. Hortensia is afeard of you.
She that is giddy thinks the world turns round.
Roundly replied?
Master, how mean you that?
Thus I conceived by her.
Conceived by me? How likest Hortensia that?
My widower says, thus he conceives his tale.
She that is giddy thinks the world turns round. I pray you, master, tell me what you mean by that.
Your wife, being troubled with a shrew, measures her sorrow by her woe. And now you know my meaning.
A very mean meaning.
Right. And I mean you.
Have at him, Ken. To him, widow. 100 marks, my Kansas put him down.
That's my office.
Why, spoken like a detective. To thee, lass.
How like scrummy are these quick-witted folks? Believe me, ma'am, they butt together well.
Head and butt. And hasty-witted body would say head and butt were head and horn.
Hath that awakened you, Master Groom?
Aye, but not frighted me. Therefore I'll sleep again.
You, sir.
What? Am I your bird? I mean to shift my bush, and then pursue me as you draw your bow. You're welcome all.
He hath prevented me.
Madam Tanya, these birds that you aimed at and missed.
Madam, Mrs. Placentia sent me like a greyhound that runs and catches for her master. Well, a good sweet simile, but something currish. 'Tis thought well that you hunted for yourself. 'Tis thought that your deer doth hold you at bay.
Oh, Patricia, Trania hits you there.
I thank thee for that gird, good Trania.
Confess, has she not hit you here?
Has scalded me a little, I confess, but as it missed me, I bet she aimed at you two outright.
Confess, methinks you have the shrewiest of all.
Well, I say no. Therefore, let us set forth a wager, and each of us shall send to our man, and he who comes first shall win the wager.
Content. What is the wager?
20 crowns? 20 crowns? I would so much of my hawk or my hound, but 100 times so many as 20 crowns.
100 then.
Content.
A match, 'tis done.
Who shall begin?
That will I. Bindella, bid your master come to me.
I go. Lass, I'll be your half. Bianco comes.
I'll have no halves. I'll bear it all myself. How now? What news?
My master says that he is busy and cannot come.
Oh, he will not come? Oh, is that an answer?
Aye, and a kind one too. Pray God, ma'am, your man send you not a worse.
I hope better.
Madam Bindella, go and entreat my man to come to me forthwith.
Entreat him. Oh, he must needs come.
I am afraid, ma'am. Do what you can. Yours will not be entreated. Now, where is my husband?
He says you have some goodly jest in hand. He will not come. He bids you come to him.
He will not come? Oh, worse and worse, vile, not to be tolerated. Grumio. Go to your master and tell him I command him to come to me.
I know his answer.
What?
He will not.
The fouler fortune mine, and there an end.
By my holy Jane! Here comes Kendrick.
What did you will, man, that you call for me?
My sweet Kendrick, where is your brother and Madame Hortensia's husband?
They sit conferring by the parlor fire.
Go, and bring them hither hence, and swing them roundly to thy command.
Here's a wonder if you talk of a wonder. And so it is. I wonder what it bodes.
Merry peace it bodes, and a happy life, and correct supremacy.
Fair befall thee, daughter Petruchia. The wager thou hast won, and upon thy winnings I will add another 20,000 crowns, another dowry to another son. 'Cause he's changed as he never has been.
Nay, I will win the wager better yet, and showing his conformity and his obedience and true supremacy. My sweet Kendrick, that bauble becomes you not. Take it off and throw it underfoot.
Lord, never let me cause a sigh till I be brought to such a silly pass.
Fie! What foolish duty call you this?
I wish your duty were as foolish too. The wisdom of your duty, fair Bianco, has cost me 100 crowns since supper time.
The more fool you for laying on my duty.
Sir Kendrick, tell these gentlemen what they do owe their wives and mistresses.
You're mocking. He shall not. There'll be no telling.
I say he shall, and first begin with him.
He shall not.
I say he shall, and first begin with him.
Fie. Unknit that threatening, unkind brow, that darts not scornful glances at thy maid, thy queen, thy governess. It blots the splendors, frost who bites fair meads. And thy whirlwind is to shake fair buds that in no sense is meet or amiable. Man is like a fountain, troubled, muddy, ill-seeming, thick, bereft of splendor. And whilst it is so, none so thirsty or dry shall deign to touch a drop of it. Thy wife is thy keeper, thy love, thy life, thy head, thy sovereign, one that cares for thee, and for thy maintenance commits her body to painful labor, both son and daughter, and watches the babes at night cold and alone, while thou drinks at pub, safe and secure, craves no other tribute but love, fair looks, and true obedience. Too little punishment for so great a debt. A subject oweth the princess like a man oweth to his wife, whether he be forward, peevish, sullen, sour. What is he but a foul contending rebel, a graceless traitor to his loving maid? I am ashamed that men are so simple, to seek war when they should kneel for peace, to seek supremacy, sway, sovereign, when we are bound to love, serve, and obey. Come, you forward and unable worms. My mind was as big as one of yours. My heart is great, my reason aptly more, to bandy word for word and frown for frown. But now I see our lances are but straws. Our strength is weakness, and our weakness past compare. And then veil our stomach, for there is no boot, and lay your hand below your wife's foot, in token to this duty. My hand is ready, if she please, may it do her ease.
Why, there is a man. Come kiss me, Ken. Well, go thy ways, old lass. Thou shalt hat. 'Twas I who won the wager, but you who hit the white. And as for many, we bid you good night. Now go thy ways, thou hast tamed a cursed shrew. 'Tis a wonder by your leave he will be tamed so.
Can't run. Far back.